Join Dalton and Jacob as they discuss the ever-changing world of trading card games. TCG Buzz starts now.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dalton, back at it again with a set overview with Jacob.
Man,
you thought I was going to leave you out, huh?
no, there's a tear in my eye. It finally happened.
Magic World got support?
Magic World got support.
Yeah, you know, it's really helpful, especially since it's a new archetype.
Oh. Hey, I got Osmodi stuff too. Don't forget Osmodi.
It don't matter.
Oh. All right, so yeah, we're doing our set overview for Driven to Disorder.
Yes.
We kind of waited a little while on this one.
Mainly because it was unsure.
There were a lot of questions with numbers in this set, and our cards being added to the English edition, and.
Yeah.
But we're doing it now.
So, you know, it's not going to be the typical week before, but it's
Close enough.
decent enough.
So my first thought with this set, once we started getting reveals for it, is there's, because I'm comparing it to the last time we got a Climax booster, which was, you know, surprisingly enough, a year ago, when Triple D ended. This one actually has less variety in it. You know, there are less things that are getting supported, I'd say, but there's a lot of really, really interesting stuff.
You could say that. You can say that. Even though I feel like this time it's more centered around things, where the other one was just like, you know, this needs support, or the fact that Triple D introduced way more stuff than X. But you know,
Would have been, and my only criticism, I guess, it would have been nice to see a little bit more legacy support in it, I think.
But that's not the point of the Climax booster, because it's supposed to be ramping you up for the climax of the season. So, you know, you want to boost what you already have out. So it doesn't make sense.
Actually, no, I do have another criticism with this set. Lack of reprints. The last Climax booster was great with reprints. We got Death Grip reprinted. We got Exposes Hades Fall reprinted.
Back up. You mean Nutted?
Yes. And then we got Nice One reprinted, which was like the most wanted reprint ever at the time. We got
It was a nice
none this one? Maybe one or two? I don't think so.
That's right. None.
No.
Which is fine, if you ask me, just because they are trying to get new archetypes and new mechanics for some of the decks going to. Because you think about it, you know, Magic World, you got Plague.
Yeah.
So that's just one thing there.
All right, so why don't we go over the big picture stuff for the set?
Big picture. If I could swear right now, I would. Thunder Empire. Chaos. You guys know what I want to say. Maybe. Who knows?
That's like 70% of the entire set. Done.
True. Very true.
So some interesting things with this set, though. The one thing that drastically got a lot of attention is how are the secret packs working? Dalton's not very happy with the secret packs.
Well, you see, it would have been fine until I looked over it again and then I saw what they actually were, and it kind of teased me off. But you know, it might work out. I don't know.
The first thing we found out right when the set was first announced was you had guaranteed secret pack, which, you know, is nothing surprising.
Like usual.
But you also have a chance to get a second secret pack.
Two of them things?
Yeah.
Which is cool.
No, seriously, that's pretty cool. But
until you find out that the main four, so the Thunder Empire, the Jackknife, the Chaos, and the Plague secret packs, there's only 3 per case, which is a little bit worrisome.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Especially since, you know, because I'm going to be building Plague. I've already kind of made that known. And there might be some cards that I want to run at 4, and I don't want to overbuy.
Yeah.
You know.
The one, you know, counter to it is you know, there are ways to get a lot of the cards in the secret packs. Alternatively, for instance, you want the Jackknife. The Jackknife is available in 2 different secret packs.
You see, we go back to Plague on this one.
Okay.
This is why. Because I'm not worried about the boss monster, because I'm only going to be running 3. So, the 3 Plague secret packs. Boom, got it. I'm not worried about World Pandemic, because I'm only going to be running 2, because if you run too many, you're going to see that too often, you don't want that. It's more of the effect of the other 2 spells in it. Because I'm still on the fence of if I'm going to try to run 4 of them or not. Mm-hmm. But I can only guarantee myself 3.
Right.
So, that's a problem. The size 0 that comes in it works out because it's also in the alternate one, the alternate B, which is fine because that works out. But that's where I have the problems because, oh, sure, technically have the SP for the size, the boss monster.
Sorry,
and
I don't understand.
No one understands why they did that like that.
Dang, Google. Besides that interruption. Nope, I lost the train of thought.
Yeah. Thank you, phone.
Ooh,
That was weird.
Let's move on. Let's just move on past the secret packs because that's besides the point.
We don't have to go over them in detail, people.
But I do have one more criticism. Well, I actually have criticism outside of the secret packs.
Okay.
Because, we were getting this, Buddy Spoiler was leaking them on all, and we saw the Buddy Rare for the Plague boss monster.
Yes.
And, was it gonna look so sexy?
So good.
Ooh. And I'm just like really torn. Do I want the SP? Do I want the Buddy Rare? Do I just want both? And now we got the English version.
Yes.
And man, was I disappointed.
What is that?
It's not green anymore.
I actually did not know this. What?
You can actually check on your phone right there.
I can?
Go. Well, if it will
you guys
actually
want Jacob's live reaction? Let's see. Click on it. Go to
its actual information.
Yep,
so
it's loading. It's loading.
Hit
Go
the BR.
BR.
If it'll actually pop over for you since you're on mobile.
Let's see. It is. It's loading. It's loading. Gone a little too. What is this? It's like a purple black kind of thing.
Bushi. America Bushi. Or whoever does the American stuff. The green was perfect. It symbolizes sickness. Sure, black
also
plague
kind
makes
of
sense.
looks like lime Skittles.
Sure, black plague makes sense. Whoop-de-doo. Who cares? Purple. Great.
It just looks stunning and it matched the
It's so now I no longer want the Buddy Rare. So if I pull it, when we're down for Springfest, I will be looking to sell/trade.
Whoa.
So look out. But I do want the SP.
Yeah.
SP
still looks pretty cool.
SP will be the one. I was really hoping it wasn't going to have to be. But besides that, anything else criticism-wise on your end?
No, not really. I mean, to be honest, this set really does not have much for me in it. There are
Fair.
I can count all the cards I really want on 2 hands. And
I could do that if I was being very picky.
I mean, sure, the joke can be made that there's far too much. I mean, just looking at the spread of worlds, Plague is introduced in this, and they have half as many cards as Dragon World because of all the auto deities being introduced, but also because there's a ton of Thunder Empire stuff.
Which is a shame, but
auto deity we can have a whole discussion just about it.
We could, if you want, we can actually talk about the number size for all the worlds, and mainly 2 worlds in particular that stick out to me.
Okay.
Dungeon. I'm getting only like 5 or 4 cards.
5.
5 cards. Darkness Dragon World getting 4. Pretty sure it's 4.
No, 6.
Are you sure it's 6? And it's
no, I lied. 5.
5.
5. One of them was.
Both of them getting 5.
else.
It's like, guys, I understand you don't really see Dungeon World too much. I can get over that. But Darkness Dragon, you see a fair bit, right? Mm-hmm. So, show a little bit more love.
At least Ancient got some good stuff.
Yeah. Ancient. We rarely see that one at all. Mm-hmm. They got more support than Darkness Dragon.
Actually, I'm looking at Buddy Spoiler right now, and there are 3 entire rows of Continent World cards.
Yes.
That's impressive. That means a whole 18 Continent World cards. That's considered a large amount of support for Continent World.
All right, we'll give it to Jacob. Give it to Jacob.
All right.
But now, let's move past all the stupidness that we're doing here and get into the real meat and potatoes. Let's talk about the cards we like. It's our opinion. Remember that.
Disclaimer. Our opinions. We're not talking about everything. You won't see any Thunder Empire Autodiety stuff. Done. If you like that stuff, cool. And it's probably amazing.
Let us know in the comment section, like what you think is staples or what you find to be truly intriguing out of the Thunder Empires and Autodeities and the other ones that we don't mention.
These are just our personal intriguing.
Our faves are intrigued mint cards, you know.
Let's start off with the Chaos only stuff.
Chaos only. All right, I got 4 cards.
I know you do. That's why we're starting with it. I got 0, so I'm just gonna sit
And
back.
to be honest, we got mini Gear Gods on the board. Mini Gear Gods, gold, silver, orange, and big wisdom. So glad we got orange. So glad. Because initially we were going to get the Prism Dragon card that was a promo from the last set. And then they're like, oh, we goofed. We'll change it. You guys get orange now in your set as a common. Because basically when it enters, you can choose 2 mini Gear Gods and give them double attack. Which is scary, don't you think?
It's very scary.
Then you proceed over to silver, just because I feel like it rolls a little bit better. And when it enters the field, I believe it's entered the field. It might just be when it's on field. You give plus 3,000 in penetrate to all your mini Gear Gods.
That's too much.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And you have big wisdom. I'm saving gold for last just because I feel like just because its effect kind of works off of the wisdom one. Wisdom, and I'm pretty sure it's each attack phase. It might be main, but it's a little sketchy mentally. Basically, you get to call from your drop zone a mini Gear God by paying its call cost. Obviously, it'd be too broken if you didn't have to, because the shenanigans with gold. And it's 2 gauge. And then you go gold, which is 2 gauge to call. You call that. Sure, that's 4 gauge in total in the end. But then gold calls 3 minis. Whoa. Sure, it's by paying call cost. But gold, silver, and big wisdom are the only ones that have a gauge cost. The rest of them are free. So, no harm there.
Full board.
Exactly. Oh, and silver is 1 gauge cost. I skipped over that. But, you know, it's so little, you didn't have to worry about it. That's really it. I know all 4 of those cards are going to make it into my mini Gear God deck. Look out for a deck profile for that if I get all the cards. It all depends on all the cards.
Yes. Moving on, next in the list, as how Buddy Spoiler has it, Ancient World. I got nothing to talk about.
Ancient World, if Christian was here, he would have stuff.
He'd be like,
I know he wants to talk about the DCEs.
The Chiefs!
But, you know, the Jaeger's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, there's 2 Jaegers. There's just 1. The other one's a Seeger, I think.
Is it?
The Jaeger's good. They got some other interesting cards in there, too.
I don't see any. No, they're both Jaegers.
Oh, both Jaegers are.
I don't see any Raging Spirits, so I don't care.
That's 5 World Builders, which we may never get. We don't know.
Next set, man.
Shh, we don't know.
You don't believe it until they're actually in your hand.
I don't believe it until it's in hands, because there's a Magic World spell that I really want for the Plague deck. But we will hold off on that.
Hang on. Are you desperately waiting for Bushiroad to release Magic World support cards? Welcome to the club.
You see, if Plague wasn't so interesting, I wouldn't give a But Plague was interesting, and there's a card that pulls it together.
All right, next is Dinger.
Oh, Danger World.
Once again, I have nothing to talk.
Mainly
He's just
because
gonna take a nap.
Immense Pressure. Basically, you can only cast it if you have a card with 4 crit on the field. Draw 2 cards. More draw. I understand people are going to be a little salty about this. But if you really think about it, Dual Golems are a one-trick pony. We either OTK you or we die. If you don't believe me? Ask Christian. He'll tell you. Then we have Steelbeak Volgolem. It's an amazing card. I fell in love with it instantly once I saw its effect. Basically, when it's in the drop, if a dual golem on your field is destroyed, pay a gauge and call it from your drop. So I'm already thinking with the box topper from last set. When dual golems came out, since it basically has double attack, so you basically save it for its double attack, and after that, you basically get a triple attack size 1, which is amazing. Plus the overkill, both of them will end up with 5 crit. That's 15 right there. It's too saucy. Plus then you have Dragolem, which in turn is going to give you 21. There goes Y. And then more and more shenanigans, and then impact and all the fun stuff. Then emergency fuel supply. And I'm pretty sure Jacob's dead right now. I'm not sure. But I'll keep going. Basically, counter, destroy dual golem on your field, gain 3 gauge, which is amazing, because that means I can overkill if I just have the golem on the field, swing for 6 potentially. If you don't nullify or reduce it, and then I can hit you with the impact, and you're dead. You're dead. And then the added bonus, if the card had 4 crit, gain 2 life, which is nice, but it's not gonna matter. You're gonna OTK by then. And that's all there is for Danger World.
What'd I miss?
Oh, and he's revived. What's next on our list?
Darkness Dragon World.
Sorry, Darkness Dragon World, you failed me this time, and we will pass you.
Yeah, Darkness Dragon World was kind of...
The Abigail's kind of cool, but...
I like that other, what is it, the size 1? Just because its art is, like, really cool. It's like a pterodactyl dragon.
Oh.
What does it do? Let's
Dabba Dabba Do?
when this card is destroyed, put a card from your opponent's gauge into the drop zone, and it's got move 2/2/1. I like it. It's not like something amazing that I need to like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. But it's cool.
Oh, yes, that's true. It is cool.
That's it. That's all I got for Darkness Dragon World.
All right, what's next on our list?
Oh boy, Dragon World.
And next.
Dungeon.
All right, let's be fair, guys. Dragon World. It's the baby of Bushi. It's always going to have support. The only time it doesn't get support is back in like season 1 and 2 when you had the actual extra boosters and we got a Hero World one. Am I right or am I right?
I will mention one card. Not because
on Dungeon World?
No, in Dragon World.
Holy smokes.
Yep. Not because it's good or anything, but Tiny Ice Dragon Glacian.
Okay, I'm assuming it's a size 0.
Christian, put its art up. It's adorable. Look at that. That is the cutest card Bushiroad has ever printed.
So, confirm Jacob's going to make a cute Dragon World deck.
No.
He already has Shadow Dragons.
I do have Shadow Dragons. But this doesn't.
Now it's in his head. And then Dungeon World. I love the support, but I don't feel like I need to talk about it. There's only really 3 cards that truly intrigue me enough, but...
I think we should at least give a shout out to that spell. The spell's interesting. What is it?
The spell,
Let's see. I got it.
Name. I know the name. Deflection. Basically nullify the attack and then gain a gauge for each item you have equipped.
That's...
So Zana, you've been with Danger World. Wow. Woo!
Wow.
Woo! You've been with Dungeon World. You've been with Dungeon World since day 1, girl. But you might get bumped.
Oh.
The earn's not leaving because it's free. You a gauge, sure, you gave me a life, but gauge is more important to me. Girl, I'm sorry. You might just have to go bye-bye. Or maybe down to 2. Who knows?
All right, so next, I'm talking about this category, generic. And I'm bringing up all 2 of them.
Generic.
Generic.
Typically so good. This time,
So they like to fill generic with really good spell cards, but this time both of them are monsters. Oh. So we have Guru Bunbuku Serious Mode, Size 3, Generic, Deity, Guardian Executioner.
Of course, it has to be those 2.
8/2/6, which not bad for stats. Put any number of cards from your hand into this card's soul.
Variable card?
Yes, but without a gauge cost, which is kind of cool. There's no cost to this, so you could actually play it just out on field and put nothing
I
in.
have to re-listen to the other effects to see if I can do something stupid.
All right. If this card has 2 or more different world names
Nope, there went that
of
world.
cards in its soul, this card gets plus 3,000 power, plus 3,000 defense, plus 1 crit, and penetrate. So you could just throw 1 dual world card into this card's soul, and he's sitting at 9,000 power, 3 crit, 9,000 defense, penetrate, with Soul Guard. Oh, and he has move. And then second skill. When this card attacks, if this card has 4 or more different world names of cards in its soul, deal 4 damage to your opponent.
Well, you see, I was thinking if I can do shenanigans, and I might be able to, but it's going to be a horrible deck.
Some jank.
Oh, it's going to be the major of janks. Because you know
Look out for that deck profile. It's just going to be
you know the three little minions of variable chord,
Yes.
and when they're all on the field, you get to draw.
All right, hang on. I'm going to stop you right here. You never start. I'm going to build a deck relating to variable chord. No.
But you see, because here he has no gauge cost, but you could throw as many cards as you like from your hand into its soul.
Mm-hmm.
What if I just happen to draw up to, say, 20 cards?
Please stop.
Throw in 15.
Stop. Get some help.
Next card.
No. First, I want to throw out one last thing about him. Let's all just sit and appreciate the fact that
He's
Bushiroad
Masaroshi?
did not make him a Thunder Empire.
They would never make him a Thunder Empire.
I know. It would be so busted.
Isn't he super buff, right, too?
Yeah.
Hashtag Master Yoshi.
Yeah, it's Master Roshi. It's like a homeless Master Roshi. So our next card is him again. It's Guru Bunbuku. I don't know if that's how you pronounce
We'll just call them gurus from now on.
So this is his lightweight form, and he is a size 0.
Okay. Okay.
And I love him.
What'd he do?
He's a 1/1/1. But
He ain't doing nothing on the field. Got it.
He's never going to the field. Counter. Choose a monster on your field, and you may discard this card from your hand and pay 1 gauge. So he's a spell.
Nice.
Yep. If you do, for this turn, the chosen card gets plus 3,000 power, plus 3,000 defense, plus 1 crit, move, and penetrate.
Okay. I had to make sure my math was right. Interesting. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty interesting. I may use in a few aggro decks, but
I like this card.
Outside of that.
I like this card because it's got the ability to be used pretty aggro, but also can be used pretty defensively.
Yeah, no,
It is more of an
it's a
aggro
60-40, if not 70-30 split aggro.
It's
To be fair.
There's a certain card I'd love to pair this with that we'll be getting to later, whose name rhymes with Masmodai, who, spoilers, goes up to lots of crit, and then you can use a specific combo to get a Rusafel on your field up to 5 crit triple attack, and then you discard this from your hand, make him 6 crit, discard another one, you make him 7 crit, discard another. Anyways, next card.
Next card. There was only 2 cards in generic. Now I'm confused.
We're moving on.
What's the next world?
It is Hero World.
Christian's happy. And we move on.
I gotta say, sure, there isn't many cards. There's only 8, but Crew Troopers made out
Made out like bandits?
Yep, they got
That's
the
weird.
goods,
Aren't they
man.
supposed to be the good guys?
Yes.
Interesting.
All right, let's talk about the best world.
Well, I was going to say their boss card did get an upgrade,
Yes.
meaning now you could potentially run 8 of them?
No, because there's that budget one too. 12 Satskis,
There's no budget Satsuki.
isn't there? Christian in the back, fact check. Is there a budget Satsuki?
What are you talking about? It doesn't exist.
There's a different card with a different name that's a battleship,
Oh, well.
but it's complete trash.
All right, well, fair enough.
So we don't count that.
I don't play them, so I
We don't count that card.
All right, let's talk about best world.
Best world.
Kachina world.
Best world.
Kachina World.
Got it. I have nothing.
I have so much. Okay, so let's go through this. First of all, we're getting a new Secret Sword card. It's interesting. So Ninja Arts, Secret Sword, you may only cast this card, activate this card at the end of the battle that a card on your field's attack was nullified.
Okay.
Which, I mean, if you've ever played a game of Buddy Fight, will happen. Pay 2 gauge, counter, deal 2 damage to your opponent, and stand a card on your field.
Obviously, the one that got its attack nullified.
Then, if this card was cast from the soul of a Secret Sword lethal formation, put the top 3 cards of your deck into your gauge.
Nani?
It's set up for another impact. Keep going, man. All the impact. Did I mention it's a Thunder Empire? You won't get the 3 gauge using it in Thunder Empire, but I mean, if you cheese your opponent when they nullify your bot's attack, your multi-world bots who's got like 7 crit, he attacks, they go, haha, I nullify it. You go, no, you don't. I pay 2 gauge, deal you 2 damage, stand him back up. Now what?
You know, damn you, Thunder Empire.
I know, right?
Oh, I gotta say.
So we're not done with the Kachina World because there's some really good stuff in here. Another ninja card. This one is Searchlight.
Bias.
Yes, I like ninjas. Can't help it, man. Searchlight. Put up to 1 size 2 or greater ninja from your deck into your hand and shuffle your deck.
Doshimaru searching.
Yep. But this card also gets like plus 10 on the rating scale because it has Wanderer of the Gold on it. And I thought everyone forgot Wanderer of the Gold existed.
I never forgot. I still have his card.
I really want them to bring him back. He was so interesting.
Just bring the card out.
Yeah.
I don't have it with me right now, but you know, we can edit it in. And make
You just like pull one out and like, I always carry a Wanderer of the
I
Gold.
always got some wandering gold in my pockets. All right, what else you got for Kachina World?
I do kind of want to mention this set spell for Onis. I know it's not
The one that counter drop a soul?
Yes.
Yes, it's very crucial. But this is my problem. Not with the card. With Oni Assassins in general. You got too many damn cards to be playing in your goddamn deck.
There's so many good things. Like, space is the issue, really.
I don't want to be running a 70 card deck just to make sure I have all the cards that should be running right. I'm already running 60. It's too much to go 70. I'm sorry. Sure, technically I can do it, but I ain't want to.
So speaking of way too good cards for Onis,
Now what you got for me?
I have an interesting one. Underhanded means piercing pins. Spell, assassination, counter. For this turn, monsters on your opponent's field get -4, -4, -1.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
Notice that is generic, and any Kachina World deck can use that.
Fine. Yes.
Yep. And then when this face-down card is put from the soul of an
Like 2 other spells.
Oni assassin on the field into the drop zone, for this turn, monsters on your opponent's field get -10,000 power, -10,000 defense.
And here's my problem with this card.
Yeah.
Sure, it's generic, just like the other 2 cards. I'm low-key forgetting their names at this point in time. The one that gains you gauge and life. Those 2. I see where they're going with it. I still wish they would have kept the crit on it with the
Yes, I
Face
do
down.
agree with you.
But that only means they're going to get another card that's going to be like 1,000 power, 1,000 defense, and then 3 crit. And then when it's from the soul, it's like 10 crit or something like that, something stupid like that. That's all that's telling us.
I mean, this card's really great situationally, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh, that's a nice authority you have there.
Exactly.
Counter, drop the soul. Haha, no, this is 10
down the Athora. It's really intriguing. And I'm glad to see that they're not just focusing on here's a new card to upgrade your deck, but also giving Oni some really interesting sideboard options.
Oh, it's not sideboard options. It's here, run this in your main deck. Oh, run this also. Run this too. Run this here too.
All right, Legend World.
I got 1 card.
Yeah?
I'm going to butcher the hell out of his name. Yulgulgard. I think that's
You know what? I think I was most anticipating this episode to hear you pronounce that.
really.
Yes. Because I'm like, oh, it's coming.
Basically, cast cost, discard a card. Busted, by the way, because you know how Legend World has
How
all
Legend World do.
discard effects. Draw 2 cards. What card am I thinking about right now? Oh no, the Valkyrie. Aldewall, yes. Oh, discard the Aldewall for it. You draw 3, and gain a gauge.
Discard all to Aldwall.
Oh snap, bruh. It's too good. It's too good. It's basically a draw 3 if you think about it. Basically it is. All right, what's next? What's next? Because that's it for me.
I'm actually trying to find one from here from.
The Thunder Empire item's not too bad.
That's the one I'm trying to find.
Should be up at the top. To the left.
To the left.
Should be like the second card.
That one? Is it that one? Is that the one?
I found it for him, don't worry.
Oh, this one? Okay. Yeah. Equip cost. Put a card from your field into drop and pay 2 gauge. 7,000 power, 2 crit. Thunder Empire, hero, weapon. Counter, act. If your card's attack.
Oh, real quick.
What?
Let's go back to its attributes.
Yeah?
Hero.
Yes.
Now you can continue.
Okay. Counter, act. If your cards attack 3 or more times during this turn, destroy a card on your opponent's field. Then, if you have 4 or less life, stand this card. And it's got double attack.
Now, let's go back to its attribute of hero.
Yes?
What almost makes this broken? Isn't there a certain Hero World deck? Oh, Hero World. Jesus, what's wrong with me? Legend World deck hero build that loves its items?
I don't think so. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. All right.
Toilets?
Yes, toilets. We love our item.
No, we have to talk about one more sword.
One more sword.
Come on, fabricated sword of the king, iron sword replica. Just because of the ridiculously. 1,000 power, 1 crit, 3,000 defense.
Oh, that card? I thought you were going to talk about basically the better version
of
Excalibur. Yeah.
No. This one's more memey.
The fact that basically if a monster attacks with 10,000 or more power, you gain 20,000 defense.
Yes, it's so funny. So that won't shut out Gear Gods.
It won't, but hey, bots.
Hey, bots.
Only your infinite attack can work.
When this card attacks, if you have 4 or more items equipped, destroy a monster on your opponent's field. No one cares. It's that first skill. It's just so memey.
Did you find anything else in Legend World since now all of a sudden you're browsing?
No. We're good.
No? All right, what's the next world?
Next one's Magic will do.
All right, we'll let you start talking because we know you got to get that.
So there's this new Osmoda. He's a size 2. He's also a Thunder Empire, but he's got an overturn, and his overturn is basically the skills of the Osmoda that was an Omni Lord, and he's really, really good, and he actually comes with a whole bunch of cards from 5 World Buddy Builders and makes size 2 72 pillars that turn into size 1s using Solomon's Great Barrier, a really interesting and compelling deck to play. Additionally, he has a lot of synergy in Thunder Empire that makes him just such a good card, and he's like a 4 of in all Thunder Empire decks, and a 4 of in like all Thunder Empire decks, because he gets done. I think I need to take a breather after that.
The just happened there?
Also, let's see this card right here. It's loading. Osmodai on stage. It's a spell card, and it's a 72 pillar. It's got set. All 72 pillars on your field cannot be destroyed by your opponent's monster's effects. When a card on your field or on your opponent's field is destroyed or put into return to hand by bounce by your card effects, put the top card of your deck into your gauge and draw 1. That first skill is so important for 72 pillars. It's the only thing that could possibly keep them viable in the meta. You were saying?
What the just happened with this episode?
This is why we don't record them after work. What is it? What time is it now? Almost 6?
Here are the tops.
No!
Woo, this is going to be one funny episode. All right. Is that it?
Yes, go ahead.
You sure?
Yep, talk about the plagues.
Plagues.
Believe me, I'd like to I'd like to just keep going with more cards, but that's really all I got.
See, I would love to talk about every single one, but I'm not. I'm just going to talk about the art. Oh,
The
gosh.
Art?
Oh, my gosh.
Art? Did someone say art? Did you mean archetype?
We're gonna make Christian cut that little stumble out.
He's not.
I'm gonna come back in. So you see Plague here. I would talk about every single card, but the archetype is just so much more intriguing to talk about. The fact that it walls. I've already got proxies, and I've already tested against Prism Dragons.
Came back from a search.
Why?
You see?
My phone just searched for Plague Deck Archetype. I'm just gonna take this off the table, man. You were saying the archetype. It can wall.
It can wall, because you remember the match, right? After
Yep.
you got me the proxies for it. We had a match, and I sat there on Ebola. Yes, brothers, we have Ebola. And you just couldn't get past him for some reason. I'm just like, it's only 8,000 defense.
How many souls does it have now? 4? How many souls does it have now? 7? How many souls does it have now? 12? I'm
Like, he couldn't get
why
past
don't you
it.
have your weapon equipped?
It's like, I don't got it yet, so I can't do nothing. But I just sat there, and he just couldn't do anything. I'm like, all right, this is going to work out for me in the end. And then, sure, the boss monster's cool, but
He's all right.
the fact that you can cast spells from his soul, it's nice. It's nice. A little gimmicky. And though I did read it wrong the first time, I'm not going to lie. And the fact is Overkill gains you 6 gauge, which is nice. But I do know there's a new one coming on the next set that's pretty saucy.
The overkill, dude.
Pretty saucy. Pretty saucy.
Toolbox out 3 spells.
Then you have the gel. And it's not glue, it's gel. That basically, if you have, 2 or more souls or just a soul, basically knock 1 crit off of a card. And the fact that Ebola basically drops defense by 3,000, and hopefully they hit 0 and be like,
Now
it's
gone.
funny that it's at 0, because now it's gone. The deck in general, it works. It might just need to be a little bit more than 50 cards, unfortunately. I did run into that problem quite often.
It's like Prism Dragons, where if you do everything you can do, you're going to deck yourself out. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I've got so many cards that I can use, but I got 4 cards in my deck.
That's true.
So Bushiroad gave Magic World a deck that walls, stalls, debuffs, and has one of the best alternate win cons in the game.
That's a pretty flag you got there. I see it's a SP secret. It'd be a shame if I were to flip it face down. World Pandemic. Because this might be interesting once the next set comes out with the whole upgraded chaos or whatever it's called, the infinite chaos. It would be a shame if you can't get there. Just flip that chaos up. Oof. Oh, and it's funny because we have another friend who was thinking about building it, but then he kind of realized how much of a dick you have to be to play, and he's just like, "This is too much. This is too much."
What I love about it is we've got other decks that have alternate win cons. Black Dragons. Black Dragons have theirs. It's, hey, wait 3 turns after you get this impact out, and you win. But Plague doesn't just let you win. Plague says you're going to win in 3 turns, and until then, you're going to make your opponent suffer.
Yes, and if I could go complete, what's his fate, Grimoire on it, I would totally flip your flag over. Get you down to 3 life, 2 life, 1 life. Cast a spell to give us both 5 life. Go back down, do it again, and just be complete.
You know what's funny about that? To share, even though we're going quite long this time,
Unfortunately.
I gotta share. In our very first playtest match, he got out World Pandemic against me and then decked himself out.
I had 1 card left once I was able to do it. But that was like version 5. This is actually an open. This is only a few. I had like 5 ideas for a deck. So, it's still in testing mode, but
You're getting there.
it's getting there. I just
All
want the
right.
cards now. What's next?
Is that it for Magic? we're gonna
Yeah.
move on. All right, last is
'Cause,
Star
you know, it's-
Dragon.
All right, then we're done. Because we know Star Dragon World sucks. Well, there is one card. There might be two, but there's for sure one card.
Yeah.
It's Cosmo Dragoon.
Yes.
If I remember, it's a counter.
Yes, I'm seeing the counter. I'm pulling up the card right now.
Choose a card on your field, put it at the top or bottom.
During the attack phase, choose a Cosmo Dragoon or Guardians on your field.
It's a Guardian card too.
Other than this card, and you may put this card on. Wait, what?
Put that card on top or bottom of your deck.
If you do, stand the
Cosmo-
chosen card.
Yep.
And gain a life. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so I basically say somebody rested the first size too, because I can't remember with the whole fact. Not the first one, the second one, the double rare.
Yeah.
That basically gives double attack. Say they rested before you can even proc that off. It's like, oh, that's a shame. Well, now let's try this again. Swing.
All right.
Top it. It's a Cosmo Dragoon.
So I have two cards to talk about, and neither of them are Athora. Because
Thank God.
I think the Athora is just all right.
Thank you. Oh, what you got for us?
The kind of memey one first. This is Tractor Beam.
Huh?
Tractor Beam. Put a card
Wrong
from
world.
No.
It should be in Hero
Should be in
World.
Hero World.
It should be in Hero World.
Should be
Should be like
a Taco Suke card.
I was thinking battleships.
So put a card from your
Beam me
hand
up, Scott.
on top of your deck for the cast cost.
Repeat
Counter.
that one more time. I'm
Yep.
sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Cast cost. Put a card from your hand on top of your deck.
Okay.
Counter.
Right.
Return a monster from your field, or from the field, to hand, and then put one card from your drop zone into your gauge. So it's really meant for Cosmo Dragoons to stack the top card of the deck. But I kind of want to try it in Prism Dragons for the sole reason that it does bounce, cool, but because you put a card back to your deck.
Wait a minute.
So you're
hold
like,
on, let me
my opponent's going to deck out. I put one card back into my deck.
let me see if I got the. All right, so it's basically calling a gauge 1 card in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Too much to remember. Too much to remember.
And the last card I'll talk about is a Prism Dragon card, so you didn't get off completely scot-free. But it is one of the coolest ones, so it's their new item.
Oh, don't. Oh, God.
It's such an interesting card. Can you tell Dalton's not a fan? So this is Crystal Crescent Greaves.
Explain to me why the crystal line of items have 2 Greaves, and we are still waiting on our emerald ones.
Yes. That's it, yes. So 005 for its stats. Equip, put a Prism Dragon from your drop into this card's soul and pay a gauge and a life. All abilities of Prism Dragons, monsters on your field cannot be nullified, and they get +2/+2. This ability can't be nullified. At the beginning of your opponent's final phase...
Wait a minute, all of them?
Yeah.
I might accept it more now. Because I think initially it was just the center,
Yeah.
and then I was just like, it's stupid, it's dumb, you don't need it.
At the beginning of your opponent's final phase, if you have a Prism Dragon on your center, deal 2 damage to your opponent.
You see this, and this is where my little criticism with the whole item thing going on here. We never really did, well, we technically did get a item for Prism Dragons that can engage.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't a spike.
Right.
I think it was like a ball or a
like that.
shield. No, it wasn't a shield. It was.
I think there's
ball.
one of each that does that.
I think there's a ball for sure. So it's like you could have upgraded a ball for the crystal Greaves, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But no, or it made that one the emerald one because that would have been cool. No, but let's not get too much into that because then
Yeah. We're already running way long.
you get ready.
So,
Smash this like button if you like our favorite cards out of the set. Comment down below your favorite cards if we didn't talk about them. Follow us on Instagram because when that set comes out, hopefully we'll be posting cards that we pull. Join our Discord to just yell at us more, telling us that we're bloody idiots. Whatever. I don't care. I really don't at this point in time because plague. What else? What else? I'm missing something. Subscribe. There we go.
Sure.
Subscribe
Yeah, subscribe.
for more set
Whatever-
overviews.
Whatever this was.
More set overviews or rants. More or less rants.
Yep.
And check out our shop. Support us. And help us get to 1K.
Who knows? Maybe we'll be there by this time.
So close.
All
Journey
right.
to 1K.
See you guys next time.
No.
No.
You don't outro us out like that.
I don't.
And above all else, stay classy, yo.
Thanks for listening to TCG Buzz. New episodes can be found on tcgbuzz.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. For box openings, deck profiles, and more, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Osmodai is the best daddy.